everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another video. So today I'm going to be scrapbooking this silly photo of my stepson and my oldest grandson. And I'm going to start with green and gold papers. Now if you understand what they're wearing what we call cheese heads. I live in Wisconsin and it's something that people wear to Green Bay Packer games. If you're not a football fan, you wouldn't understand it, and maybe even if you are a football fan, you wouldn't understand it. It's kind of a crazy thing. So green and gold is the theme because there's a little bit of a Packery theme to this. I first cut a 5-inch piece off of this green polka dot paper, which is the Doodlebug Petite Prince Grasshopper Swiss Dot, but I didn't like it. I decided I wanted the green to be even more prominent, so I just used the other half, which was a 7-inch, and put it on that gingham paper, which is the Bella Boulevard Simply Spring Extravaganza paper. Say that 10 times fast. And then I'm going to mount the photo on that green stripe paper, which is the Doodlebug Petite Prince Grasshopper Dot stripe paper. And I'm doing that because I like the yellow, but the picture blended in too much with the yellow wood grain paper. And that wood grain paper is from Lawn Fawn. It's the Knock on Wood paper, and it's the Knock on Wood collection. It's the Garden Bench paper. Now I am actually, and I didn't put this on, I forgot to do it, but I have a Pinterest board. I'm Kelly O'Black on Pinterest, and you can go to my scrapbook layouts, and I have just a regular scrapbook layout page and one for square photos. This is one of the ideas that I had pinned, so it's not exactly the same as what the idea is, but it's close. I think there's more layers under the banners here. I'm just going to do 2 banner layers. I think there were, on the original, there were more layers of like rectangular paper and that kind of a thing on it. Anyway, so now I kind of have my idea down there, and the next thing I'm going to do is add in some washi tape, because I decided I wanted to cover up the join and make it have it make a little bit more sense than it does right now. So this is from October Afternoon. I can't tell you what collection, and you can't get it anymore because October Afternoon no longer exists. But those of us who have been around a long time remember, not even such a long time, but have been around a while, remember that. And now I just think that helps it look a little bit more finished. So then I had these wood veneers that I knew were sports themed, and I thought I remembered having a football, and sure enough I had a football. These come from Elle's Studio. And then I also had those, the Hooray and the Go Team. That's from a different collection, but it was around like kind of a sports themed collections, and that's Elle's Studio as well. So now I'm thinking I want something to back those pieces. I'm trying to decide on the right pieces to do it, and I'm just not liking the contrast of the die cut up there against the yellow and against the wood veneer. I also did not like that yellow tag. I thought it was too busy. So what I decided to do is go back to green on the bottom and maybe stick more monochromatic on the top half and the bottom half. That's kind of where my thoughts are as I'm starting to do this. Now these die cuts are all coming from Elle's Studio. I just cut my things apart, or once I'm done kind of with a collection of paper, I just pop them in these boxes themed by color, and then just pull from them. I do have like a separate box for like food related things, or not box, but package within that. But otherwise they're all sorted by color. So when I'm looking for something to back a cluster, all I have to do is go to those boxes. I have 3 of them. I was going to pull them out and show you because I forgot I wasn't recording on camera. I forgot I was just talking to you and voice recording. Oh my. See, that's how real you are to me in the land of YouTube. Anyway, so I added in that that die cutter cut apart from at the top from Elle's Studio, and then again that number 1, which was from the same collection that the football is from as well. And I kind of like that it's kind of guy themed, and so wood seems appropriate to me for being guy themed. This actually was a pretty simple layout when it came together, And I keep trying to layer, and the layering is just not working for me. Well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I do certainly have layers, but certainly nothing to what I often have. And I think part of it is I stopped layering. I find sometimes when you're having problems, it doesn't feel like you like it's working. You keep adding to it, and then it will work out. I do that all the time with Maggie Holmes. I start out, it looks like a disaster. I keep layering, it looks fine. And I could have done that here, but I really just wanted it to be more simple. I really wanted the wood to stand out, and I wanted those two banners to stand out. By the way, guys, I forgot to tell you that I did ink the banner edges in the Tim Holtz vintage photo ink. I haven't used brown in a while, but the green and the yellow just seem to lend themselves to brown instead of the gray flannel that you normally see me use. And the reason I use the gray is because it's less harsh than black is. Anyway, so here comes another die cut from Elle Studio. That's what that Happy Times die cut is on the top right. And so I'm just going to play a little bit with getting this centered properly, at least properly in my mind here. And I'm just crossing oftentimes I cross corners and edges so that things you don't see a lot of the edges or the right angle. So you'll see me do that quite often, like that. I did it up on the green top of the banner there, and I did it on the bottom of the photo so that the football there joined everything together. It made it much more cohesive instead of looking like a lot of different parts. So that's happening all over the cluster to the top right and the cluster to the bottom left. So then on top up there, I just added in those two pieces, and then now I just need to figure out what I'm going to do for a title. Oh, actually, almost forgot. Before I do the title, I'm thinking that I want the title to go below the photo. That's why I left that space there, and I knew I had some smaller letter stickers that could work, so I just kind of left it. I'm playing around with some enamel dots here. These are from Freckled Fawn, but I don't love the yellow here. Well, I shouldn't say I love this yellow. I don't have enough of them. That's what the problem is. So then I go to some green here, again going back to that idea of having green on green, yellow on yellow. And I have 2 packs of these. These are from the Elle Studio Live, Love, Laugh collection. They're the enamel dots from that. So now I'm looking because I realized I had enough for the top and the bottom on the left, but I don't have enough to put anything around the wood banners, and that just looks strange with all the enamel dots to the left. I did like how they were small, but it just looks weird right now. So I go back and decide I'm going to add these in from Eyelet, Outlets, and Brad's. I always get these when I'm at the scrapbook convention because they're always there. All right, and then I decided the 2 yellows are too far apart, so I can't use them together. So now I'm going to go and use them, you know, just go through. There's plenty of these small dots here, and of course we always use those small ones before we use the big ones, right? My favorite way to use the big ones is to tuck them under things. So I could have like tucked one under one of the banners, or tucked one under a football, or tucked one under the one, and they're not as big. So if you're having problems using them, do that instead. So these are the Elle Studio Puffy Alphabet stickers. They have them in various colors. So I'm just going to put down the title Big Day. The reason this is a big day is it's a Monday night and the Packers are playing Monday Night Football. Thus, these guys are in a store and being silly and wearing cheese heads and a cheese hat. And then the other part of the big day is the next day is the day my grandson goes to kindergarten. So his dad took this silly picture, and this just wrote the caption Big Day. So I thought it was kind of a fun little picture, silly picture. I love to get him being silly with the kids. He's a big kid himself in a really lovely way. All right, guys, there's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.